What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is the Episode 7 recap. Now, basically what I'll be doing in this particular video is going over all of the key moments of the video, but it will be done in the ugly ass nigga way. So if you're not familiar, if you're new to the channel, welcome and sit back and enjoy. But if you already been following me for a while, you already know what it is. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now we start this thing off with Neat. Of course, he was at the, right where we left off. He was inside a rock house eating her butter pecan. And then later on, he was letting her know basically that she failed. At least her and Kanan failed. And thinking that they could send Ronnie to, finish him off. And she was like, what your little lad talking about? And he was like, and then he just snapped. Like, don't lie to me, B. I ain't effing high post, ugly ass nigga. She was shocked, bro. She really was lost for words. She was like, what is this ugly ass nigga talking about? Because I believe at first, though, you can tell by how she was looking. Of course, she was shocked to see him. But at the same time, she was almost happy to see him. She didn't think that he would come at her like that. She was thinking, damn, Nick, you alive? They were about to share a moment. But they are not. Their mind was ugly hell. But anyway, next, we get to your boy, Biggie. So your boy, Biggie, getting the crew together, and he's letting folks know. He's setting the tone for the rest of these ugly ass niggas. He's like, look, make sure you have my KFC after this damn drop. And make sure you do Jersey right and let them know these is Neat's corners. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's something about this big ugly ass nigga, bruh. I know ugly ass niggas in the lives and stuff ain't, but I'm telling y'all, it's something about him. I can't quite put my finger on it. But it might be your boy. And y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, next, we get back to your boy Unique. And now, he don't calm down at least a little bit, kind of, but not really. He was like, he letting her know that he could have been put them down. He's like, I could have been put y'all little glad down. But I thought it would be better if I just, sit around and basically tour with y'all little glad. And that's when Rock was like, nah, glad nigga, that ain't what it is. What it is, if you F with me, you're going to have to F with the people that's backing me. And your little glad don't want that smoke. So, Neat kept it cool, though, you know what I'm saying? He kept it, he kept it smooth, making it seem like, that wasn't what it was. And he was letting them know that, basically they had some good old acting here. I got to commend both of them. Stellar acting by both of these two phenomenal actors. They killed this thing. And basically, it ended with Neat telling her, look, I'm going to bury you. Before I bury you, in the streets, I'm going to bury you on these blocks. All of them mine. I'm coming back for everything that's mine. And you better look out, glad nigga. So basically, he pretty much flexed on Rock. It ain't too many people to talk bad about Rock like that. And she just bagged down. But she knew that the glad nigga wasn't playing. Anyways, next we get to your girl, Imani. And she is talking to Lou. And she like, look, glad nigga, I ain't tripping too hard. If you smashing the little hoochie, you smashing the little hoochie. But all I'm saying is keep it 100 with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got time to be getting my feelings hurt. But somebody wake me up and pinch me, let me know when she was his girl or something. Because Lil Hoochie, last time I checked, y'all was just smashing. It wasn't nothing official. But anyways, though, she was letting them know that she ain't trying to get her feelings hurt. Lou was like, Don't worry about it, Lil Hoochie. I ain't gonna do that, man. You know, me and Jess, we just had one of our moments because we was both hurting about the death of Famous. Anyways, next, we get back to your girl, Rock. And of course, this is the ending of Neek when he was, before he left. And she was like, little lad nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. And basically, Neek was like, nah, I ain't never been more right in my life. But they glad that you ain't never been more delusional in your life. But anyways, nothing too much after that. Next, we get back to your girl Rock, and now she's among the family, and she's letting them know that this glad nigga Neek is alive as hell, and he will do anything he can to hurt us. And Marvin was just shocked. He was like, hold on, that glad nigga's supposed to been dead. Nah, that nigga alive as hell, glad nigga. And he was like, so where was your glad security? She was like, the neighbors was complaining, so she gave him the night out. Which, if you ask me, that's some of the dumbest I ever seen. I'm trying to limit my profanity because YouTube been messing with me lately, and I ain't got time for it, little glad niggas. But anyways, so basically, Kanan just went ahead and just popped the question on him. So why didn't he just drop you right there? And she basically implied that it was because, you know, Stefano and them was backing him, and whoever it is that's backing him wouldn't approve of that. So basically, you know, Kanan was one to hit at them, Marvin wanted to hit at them, but Brock was saying it wouldn't be a good idea until they figured out who it was that's backing Unique. But if you ask me, it's possible that Rock pulling back her punches because she still got feelings for him. That could very much be what it is, but hey, I guess we're gonna have to find out. But anyways, Kanan was upset, and he was like, so basically you gonna tell us we can't hit back because of your BS. You always messing stuff up, Lil Hoochie. And Marv was like, hold on, little lad, nigga, you don't talk to your mother like that. And Kanan was like, no, she need to stop talking to us like that. Always putting us in some kind of finesse system that's going on. Sick of her with her bullshit. And basically, you know, he took off, and Marvin was like, that boy need to meet a belt. And Juke basically said he grown. Y'all little glad can't do nothing. And Marvin was like, so what do you suggest we do, Cleo, from Set It Out? And she was like, listen, little glad nigga. So basically, Juke done had enough. Kanan done had enough. Next, we get to your boy Lou. Now he has been filled in about our boy Neek rising from the dead, and he wasn't playing around. He was like, we need to make this little glad nigga dead again. What's going on with that? If he messing with you, you know, Juke, Kanan, he gonna have to F with me. And of course Rock was like, you know, that sound all good, glad nigga, but we know, I'm telling y'all, we need to chill out for now until we know the full extent of the situation. But anyways, next we get to, which was a pretty nice thing, because we was all wondering when will Unique finally reveal to Pranessa that he's alive. And of course, like usual, she was walking around looking sad as a puppy, carrying her groceries. And of course, she ended up dropping some oranges, which some late lad niggas in my live said that was symbolizing that somebody's death is near. They were hitting at Pranessa. And I'm not going to say that I'm completely against that particular theory, because I think it's possible she might be out of here next episode. But I'll do a full-on breakdown on that in another video. But anyways, though, she was super excited to see him. As you can see, she ran to him and jumped in his arms. And of course, at the same time, she was shocked. She was like, hold on, ugly ass nigga, is this really you? Hold on, is this you or this is Boosie Badass, posing as Joey Badass? Which badass are you? And she gonna find out which badass he is later on. Anyways, next we get to your boy Kanan and Juke. There he's sitting at what looks like to be some kind of cafe, having dinner while discussing the situation. And basically, it seems like Juke is like super serious on finding out who's responsible for the death of Famous. And she asked him, do you think Neek had anything to do with Famous? And Kanan just straight up told him, no, I don't think that Ugly nigga had anything to do with it, because if he did, he'd have been screaming it out loud. Which is the truth, because I mean, he talked about how he put down Andre. He talked about how he put down, some of the other people, but he didn't mention Famous. I'm pretty sure if he did that, there's no way he would have left that out. So I think it's pretty safe to say he had nothing to do with that. So, and Kanan was like, he believes it probably is the dirty cops, like Freddie's crew told them. So that's when Juke came up with, well, if it was them ugly niggas, some dirty cops, then somebody in the hood had to have paid them off. But the question is, who? Anyways, next we get back to your boy Joey Badass, Boosie Badass, or Unique Badass, Breeze Badass Browse. But anyways, he's talking with Vanessa, letting them know that she was right. Juke is a black widow. I mean, not Juke. Rock was a black widow. She ugly as hell. All she do is set up folks and stuff like that. And then, that she set up this whole, orchestrated the entire thing with Ronnie. And Vanessa was like, I mean, yeah, I know Rock is ugly as hell, but Ronnie, that boy hideous. There's no way he'll work with Rock. And this man lost it. That is lad nigga. So you think you know better than me? Huh? Big forehead ass little hoochie? Where we gonna find somebody that just beat down with they man? And that man, when I tell you that lad nigga snapped out of nowhere, that lad nigga was snapping. And she was like, hold on, lad nigga, I'm with you. Me and Jerome was alone. You don't know what that feel like. And I think he put some real fear up in her. You see her face right here. He put some real fear up in her. And I think it's only gonna get worse. But we shall see. Anyways, next we get to your boy Snap and your girl Pop. And they are being visited by none other than Rock and Marvin. So basically they're filling them in, letting them know, look, that little lad nigga Unique, he's still alive. And they like, hold on, so you telling me this little lad nigga been walking around and we ain't know nothing about it? So pretty much, yeah, this lad nigga. And they saying that, since they were working together, that they feel like, they should know. And then they was like, hold on, lad nigga, we ain't working with you, we working with Kanan. They was like, but he's messing with, Marvin told them that he's messing with Kanan as well, so this affects you. So ultimately they said they'll keep their ears open, and they, they have considered the warning, so they consider themselves warned. Cool. Appreciate y'all letting us know. Next we get to the Golden Pavilion, and of course, your boy Irvin, he was there trying to do some business, but they were being interrupted. Some little crackhead, some fiend was coming into the shop asking for extra sauce, but of course, that glad nigga at the counter was like, it ain't no more extra sauce, and he started spacing out. And that's when the homie right here was like, hold on, hey, look, glad nigga, we got all the special sauce you need for a better price right across the street. And that's when the Fiend was like, oh, the food here ain't no good anyway. Appreciate that, lad, nigga. So basically, your boy Unique then took over every spot that Rock owns. Next, we get to your boy Stefano, and of course, they're having a conversation with Rock and Marvin. And basically, he's letting them know that whoever it is that's responsible for this, that's backing Unique, is not part of the 5 boroughs. He can guarantee them that. And basically, that what he can account for is for the people across the river. And that's when they came up. Rock was like, "Oh, you're talking about Sal's people." And he was like, "Yeah." So basically, they're starting a proxy war, where the bigger fish are having some little fish fight for them. And Rock was like, "We ain't fighting for you, little lad, nigga." And Stefano was like, hold on, little lad, nigga. You the one that messed up the business with Quan. You the reason why we even in this pickle. Come on, little lad, nigga. And basically, the whole meeting didn't go well. And Stefano, he kind of looks like he's a tad bit nervous. And I believe it's because he knows if this goes left, this goes wrong, the rest of the 5 families could, vote to take him out because of what he did to Sal, if they can prove he was behind it. But anyways, next, we go ahead and get to your boy Kanan. And he, of course, like predicted, I put it pretty much everybody, if you're not just a casual, clueless fan, you knew that little dwarf was going to hit up Kanan and go missing. But hey, at least he left him what looks like to be $1. So he said, hey, here's some bubble gum for your time with lad, nigga. So, he left him some bubble gum money and jacked him for everything else. Of course, Kanan little ass was pissed. But anyways, next we get to Marvin and Rock. And this is right after the meeting that they just got out with Stefano. And pretty much they're thinking about some desperate times for, because they know that this is not good. Because basically what Marvin was telling her here is that we can't guarantee that Stefano, little lad, won't sell them out to the Jersey people in order to save his own ass, which is the truth. Because that's what I predicted he was going to do in the first place. And it seems like that's very much what's going to happen. So he was like, we might need to go ahead and take out Stefano, which I see could be trouble, but that will be another video. But Rock was like, hold on, ugly ass nigga. That's a big move, ugly ass nigga. That's some ugly ass shit. He was like, that's an ugly ass nigga we dealing with. So basically, he put the bug in her ear. How would she respond to it? I guess we shall see. But anyways, next, she go ahead and make a visit to her Afghan plug, and pretty much she's trying to rush him, telling him, look, lad, nigga, we out of time. I need that product now, lad, nigga. Come on, man. Afghan Elvis Presley, look at that, nigga. And he was like, hold on, man. Bratz doll looking at that girl. I'm moving as fast as I can. We having all kinds of bullshit going on at my country. And she was like, so how fast can you get it? He said, a month. A month? Like, nigga, we can't do that, man. So basically, she's pressing him because she knows that within a month's time, she would be cooked. And perhaps her family would have been wiped out because she would no longer have any product, money, or power left to sustain Unique's power chess mode. So we all know that she's going to end up being successful in getting that next episode, but hey, that's another video. Anyways, next, we go ahead and get back to Marvin, and this time he's talking with Juke. He lets her know that I know your little lad been messing with my gun still, little lad, nigga. But I'm alright with it. Take it. So he hands her the gun and be like, you know, stuff is real hot right now after what happened with the famous situation, and you know, Neek ugly as hell. I want you to have some protection. So nothing too much. Next, we get to your boy Neek. And you know, these writers, these show writers, these people of Raising Kanan, they know how to keep us being led on. They know how to create chaos. They look glad. Because they're going to make this nigga Neek move into an apartment that they know good and damn well looks very much similar to Breeze's apartment, just to get us chirping and talking. But I did some verifying, and unless the place has been renovated, you know, this is not the same apartment. But it could very much have been renovated, but also it kind of seems like that may not be the case, because you still had the bullet in the wall that went from when Ghost took out your boy Breeze. So maybe this isn't it. Anyways, he tells Vanessa this is the new place, this is where we're gonna be staying. And you know, she's happy about it. She loves the place. And he tells her then though that she can't move, she can't go back to the south side until he tells her. But you're like, hold on, glad nigga, my mama, she got some kind of, anyway, she was sick, she got to be going to the doctor, some shit like that. And he was like, F your mama, hoochie. I'm telling you what it is. Look, if it's so serious, I have some ugly ass niggas that can take your little ugly ass mama wherever she need to go. But I need you and Jerome to be staying here. I'm not, look, I already been dead once. I'm not doing that again. Not for you, not for Jerome, not for nobody glad nigga. So anyways, he put his foot down. Anyways, next we get to Kanan. This midget that they making him propping up, looking like he taller than what he is, walks in and he's turning up on the ugly ass niggas that's at the spot. He's like, where that little ugly ass midget that looking like one of the little pieces from Monopoly at? And they were like, we ain't seen that little ugly ass nigga in a while. I've been hitting them all trying to tell them we out, and looking for the next we out. So basically, he was telling them, make sure, you know, they circle the block if they find this little lad, to let him know. Nothing too important. Next, we get to Itch Rilla. That's right, Itch Rilla. And that itch supposed to have a B in front of it. Because I think we finally figured out what that B stands for. It ain't Brian. It's Itch. Because that man was soft as hell. And that's right, DeMarcus. Your boy is soft as hell. He is not about that life. Famous harder than that man. At least Famous talked about something he actually did. That man was afraid to do a home invasion. Come on, lad, nigga. But anyways, they was having, of course, a plot, which all of us knew was going to happen, to try to rob, you know, what's that nigga name, man? I keep forgetting that man name. Garfield, something Garfield. But we're going to go back to calling him Garfield. Garfield. They was trying to rob Garfield. And he got a little nervous because he saw that somebody was in the house. But they were like, hold on, we glad. They gave him a gun, like, we about to jack him, with glad. And of course, he chickened out, like I forgot Cooper Gooden Jr.'s name on Boys in the Hood, but he jumped out. He was like, man, I ain't doing it, glad, nigga. I'm staying in the car. So basically, they were like, all right, since your little glad helped us find the kid, we'll let you stay in the car, but we taking the keys. Next, you get to your girl Juke. She found her love interest, the Jackie, that was at that bar again. They ended up sharing a moment. She ran right over to kiss them, did a little dance, little hoochie connection, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, next, back to your boy B, Itch Rilla. And Itch Rilla was nervous because he seen and heard the gunshots, and then they came back. He was like, what happened, little lad nigga? They were like, the little ugly ass nigga that you sent us out was in there scrapped. So he actually shot some little glad nigga that was with them. You know, I don't know their name. If they ain't the main character, I don't know their name. But anyways, But he said, so they had to put him down. And he was like, hold on, ugly ass nigga, he dead? They was like, yeah, get your little ugly soft ass in the car, itch Rilla. Anyways, next, we get back to your girl, Juke. Juke done finessed the mess out this girl. Now, I know a lot of people was saying they were suspicious of her. And hey, they could very much be right. I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I don't even care too much because I don't think it's going to be too big to the storyline. But hey, I could get proven wrong. But anyways, she went down and ate that water. She was licking that cat. And later on, she thought that her and Juke had something going on. But Juke let her know, guess what? This ain't that, little hoochie. But I appreciate that head. Next, we get back to your boy Marvin, and he's having a meeting with Stefano. So he's talking with Stefano, and he's like, so look, I know you like your sister and all, but we might have to consider another situation here, because it's just certain things that, you know, the feminine side, our feminine counterparts just doesn't understand. And he was like, what your little glass talking about? You know, like, I think it could be possible if you just put them, you know, rock to the side. And I think the perfect person to take her place could be you. And he basically put his foot down. Don't ever say nothing like that to me again. Oh, somebody should be on the grits bottle looking at it, nigga. basically Stefano, I think Stefano was having a meeting. Well, not a meeting. He was testing Marvin here, and I will deep dive in another video on exactly what I think was going on here. I kind of touched on it on my live, but anyways, something here is definitely happening, and it's gonna happen very fast. But anyways, of course, Marvin denied, you know, selling his sister down the river, and just like she did for him when it came to Detective Howard. So, anyways, assets denied, nigga. Next, we get back to your boy Kanan, and now he got fake ghosts, supposed to be, they say, which is Crank. And he rolled up on them and asked, have they seen the little dwarf? They were like, nah, we ain't seen that little glad nigga. But when the next re-up with that nigga? And Kane was like, just chill out and let me find this little dwarf, and I'll let y'all know about the re-up once you know, this is done. But anyways, next we get back to Itch Rilla. Itch Rilla is at the studio with Lou. And basically, Lou was telling them, and along with the other dude, I think his name is Alan, that, you know, Garfield is on his way, but he's just running late. And Itch Rilla was like, you know, a little nervous, because he was like, hold on, you sure that glad nigga coming? And he was like, yeah, glad nigga, I just said it, didn't I? Because, you know, they told him that he was dead. So I'm pretty sure he's going to end up showing he's guilty later on down the line. What exactly is going to happen to him? Not exactly sure, but it's probably not going to end well for him. Next, we get back to your boy Unique, and he's paying a visit to your boy Snaps and your girl Pop. And what exactly he was trying to pitch to her, I'm not sure, but hey, I absolutely have a great guess for it. But of course, you know, I won't be revealing that in this video. But anyways, next we get to another image where you see your girl Rock paying off those dirty cops. The same one that was busting up her business in season 3. And I know a lot of glad niggas were saying this is the same cops that Snaps and Pops had for their cops earlier this season. But I was kind of in the middle, but I think these aren't them. They're not the same guys. So, of course, seeing Rock pay these cops like this, especially after what Juke just said to him about if the cops were involved, somebody's the mastermind on it, because they're not going to just do that on their own. They were paid off. And then, of course, him seeing Rock paying off these cops. And, of course, she once upon a time killed his other best friend, D Wiz. He was like, this is absolutely what the case was with Rock with these cops. So he was sold that she was the one behind the death of his best friend, Famous. Now, could this be the truth? Hey, I made a whole video about it, but I'm not so sure as of now after seeing this last episode. But hey, could still be plausible. Anyways, next, we go ahead and get to your girl, Rock. She was there to visit her mother, Joyce, and of course, Lou and Marvin was there as well. They shared a siblings moment where Lou basically was telling them that, maybe it wasn't their mother's fault. She did the best that she could, and we just, wasn't seeing it that way. Then they shared a moment about, how the Joyce made all the neighbors come and bring these dolls to tell her Rock happy birthday when she was 5. Bunch of bull crap that don't matter too much. But anyways, it was a nice family moment. But anyways, next, they get to that same moment. Marvin ends up letting Rock know, because Lou left because he asked Rock, was there any update in regards to what they doing about Unique? And she said they putting it on pause as of now, so he took off to head to the studio. And then Marvin let Rock know that Stefano said that it was Sal's, that it was, I think he said that it's Sal's people that's back in Neek or something like that. And then he was like, she was like, how you know that? And then he said Stefano told him. And she was like, so it was your little lad that Andre seen coming out of the fish shop. And basically he was like, yeah, little lad nigga, but I ain't want to have this conversation with you, so that's why I ain't tell you. I ain't gotta let you know everything I do. You ain't my big sister. Let me stop. But anyways, Rock didn't like that, but of course she just let it go. And I think this is definitely gonna come back on Marvin a little later. But he go ahead and, kind of symbols for her to go ahead and see their mother and take her out, because he knew that that's what was gonna end up happening. And next, we get to your boy Kanan. Crystal, she ends up coming into the house, looks like it was late. And of course, Kanan was there sitting in the dark. She was like, hold on, little glad nigga, what's going on? Why you sitting up in the dark like this? And basically he asked her, could I trust you? She was like, what you mean, can you trust me, little glad nigga? And he was like, all the people that claim they love me, they the ones that did the most lying. Or something he said. Anyways, she was like, you can trust me, little glad nigga. And basically he revealed to her that it was none other than Rock who's responsible for the death of his best friend, Famous. And lastly, we get to your girl Rock, and she makes it to Grandma Joyce. They share a moment, and she tells her that she is, long story short, Joyce tells Rock that she's tired of suffering and she wants her to give her mercy. And Rock agreed, long story short. And as you can see, she shed a tear as she filled her with morphine. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Hope y'all little lads enjoyed it, but definitely let me know in these comments if it's something key that you think I left out, that I may have missed, that you want to share your light on. Let me know all of that and more up in the comments. But pretty much, like I said, that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. So if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly friends. But until the next video, I'm out.